Hi, welcome to day 18 of our 30-day yoga journey inwards. Today we meet our sensuality. I don't know about you, but for me, sensuality is something that I always really kind of struggled with and hid. Like I didn't want to be some open sensual being for fear of being called a slut or not being good enough. I always kind of wanted to hide myself and that side of me. But here's the thing, when you can open up to that side of you, it can feel really good. Really, you can feel a lot more open. And you kind of get to know yourself on a deeper level, what you like, what you don't like, what you desire, what you want to bring more of into your life. So it is a part of us, and it's a really important part of us to actually meet where it is. So today's yoga flow is all about sensuality. We're going to get fluid in our movements and it's going to be a good time. So let's all come to sit on our heels at the back of our mat. And we're just going to gently close down our eyes, and we're actually just going to begin by taking our hands and allowing them to move up and down our legs. Beginning to hold and touch your body. Now, I don't know about how it is for you, but I always have kind of felt really funny touching myself, like it was something to be really ashamed of. But sometimes in life, we have to allow ourselves the space to feel and hold ourselves, because there's not always going to be someone around to do that for you. So know that it's okay. Start to feel your body. Now allow those hands to drift a little higher, moving them up the body, maybe coming up over your chest, along each arm. Just getting to know your body and how it feels, maybe caressing your neck. And then again, allowing the hands to come back down to the legs. Now from here we're going to take our hands to our knees, and we're going to begin to walk our knees out wide, and let's start to get some movement in the hips here. So we're going to come through like a cat-cow shape but sitting. So as we inhale, we're going to bring our chest around over that right knee, open up through the chest, and exhale back as we come past the left knee, rounding through the spine. So moving your body here, getting into the hips. The hips can often hold a lot of tension and a lot of emotions. So really moving into the hips can be quite helpful in opening here. Not only that though, it is really where our sensuality lies. So allowing yourself to really feel, open up. And then when you're ready, taking those circles in the opposite direction. Your sensual side is not something to be ashamed of, guys. It is just here. Allow it to be open and expressed. Good. And then coming up to sit, bringing those hands up in front of the heart. And as we inhale, we're going to open through the chest and exhale round through the spine. And bringing those arms and wrapping them around you. Open up as you inhale and exhale, wrap those arms around you. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, wrap yourself in a hug. Inhale, open, and exhale, wrapping up. Walking those arms out and down. From here, we're going to come forward into a child's position. So walking our arms out. As we inhale, we're going to lift the hips and drop down into a cobra position, but just bringing those feet with you. So open up here. Exhale, send the feet back, send the hips back. Inhale, round through the spine, lifting the feet, dropping those hips. Exhale, pushing back. Moving with your breath here. Allowing the body to flow. And as you come through and forward, just noticing if you want to move anywhere else, maybe through the shoulders as you open up that chest. And exhale back. Good. Dropping the head to the mat and then just rocking the forehead and the hips from side to side. Beautiful. And then coming up through center, coming through a tabletop position, so walking those knees under the hips. And we're just going to simply move the hips from side to side. And as you do, just looking over the right shoulder as you bop the hips to the right side, and over the left shoulder as you bop the hips to the left. Good. And coming back through center, walking the hands forward, tucking those toes and sending the hips up towards the sky. Now, first downward dog of the day. So move your dog a little, walk the dog, move the hips, really feel into them. And then as you inhale, roll forward through the spine, coming into plank pose. Bend the knees, push the hips towards the ceiling, downward dog. Move with your breath here. And then holding in plank and lowering the knees and lowering down into the mat. From here we're going to walk our hands wider than the mat, but they're at shoulders height, grounding down into the fingers, tenting the hands, and as you inhale, lifting the chest up off the mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lifting up, open through the chest. Exhale, lower. Now coming off the railway road tracks a little bit, moving a little bit more, maybe from side to side as you lift up, and then as you lower, dropping down. Moving the body in a way that feels good for you. And then everybody meeting with our foreheads down to the mat. Walking those hands underneath the shoulders and grounding down into the hands, lifting up, opening up through cobra. And exhale, tucking the toes and sending the hips back to down dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands and step forward. Find your halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down through the feet, reaching those arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Now as you inhale, open through the chest again, and exhale, wrap those arms around you. Open up and exhale. Open those arms up to the side again, and exhale, wrap those arms around you with the opposite arm on top. As you inhale, lift the elbows and exhale round. Open through the arms. Bringing the hands back behind you, clasping at the hands and opening through the chest. And then just moving a little side to side. Releasing the hands, coming back through your Tadasana. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, find your half lift, long through the spine. Then plant the hands and step back through plank. Lower the knees. Come through knees, chest and chin, or lower down halfway in chaturanga. Push through and open up for cobra. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Now taking some hip circles, so taking that knee, pointing it to the ground, lifting it up and opening. Exhale round. Good. Then squaring off the hips, bringing the knee towards the mat, and exhale, bringing the knee towards the nose. Step that foot between the hands. Open up to the right side. Exhale, lower down. Lower that back knee. Untuck the toes. And as we inhale, we're going to open up through the chest, keeping the fingertips on the mat. And exhale, sink those hips back over that left knee, lifting the toes of the right. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward over the leg. Roll through that front foot, coming through your low lunge. Open the chest. Exhale, sink the hips back, lifting those front toes. Inhale, folding forward, low lunge. Exhale, back. Coming back through your low lunge, tucking the toes, lifting that back knee off the mat, and lifting up into a higher lunge. Exhale, bend at the elbows, open the arms into a cactus arms. Lengthen through the arms and then wrapping the arms around you. Open up, looking up, and exhale, lower. Unwrap the arms, open up through the chest, and exhale, sweeping those hands down to the mat. Stepping that front foot back, plank pose. Lower through your chaturanga, into your cobra, and back to your down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, bending at the knee, opening through the hip. Then sweeping that leg around in circles. Breathing here, moving through that hip. Then squaring off the hips towards the short side of the mat and stepping that knee through between the arms before stepping the foot down. Grounding down into that right hand, lowering that back knee, opening up to the side of the mat. Lowering the hands down, low lunge, open through the chest. Untuck those back toes, sinking those hips back over the heels as you lift the front. Coming through your low lunge on an inhale. Exhale, back. Inhale, moving forward. Exhale, back. Coming back through center, tucking those back toes, lifting that back knee off the mat and lifting up into high lunge. Bending at the elbows, open through the chest, open those arms up long, and then sweeping the arms around to give yourself a big hug. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, lower. Unwrapping the arms, opening through the chest before bringing the hands down to the mat. Stepping that back foot forward to meet the front. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, lower. Sweeping the arms up overhead as you inhale and exhale, hands to heart center. Pausing here, taking a breath. Releasing the hands. Inhale, reach up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Find your half lift on an inhale. Then plant the hands and step back through plank. Come through your chaturanga, into your cobra, back to your down dog. Inhale, lifts the right leg, bend the knee, open the hip. Holding here for a breath. Then squaring off the hips, stepping that knee forward between the hands and then stepping the foot forward. Open up to the right side. Now as we hold here, we're going to ground down into that front foot, back foot, lift up and open to the right side. Sweeping that back arm round to open up. Open at the elbows, stretch the arms long, right arm over left and a hug. Left arm over right, and a hug. Inhale, lift the elbows, and exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up, open through the arms, back to goalpost arms, before bringing the hands down beside you. Lowering that back heel, and we're going to open up to the left side of the mat. And coming into goddess pose. So our heels are tracking inwards towards one another. Our toes are pointing out to the top corners of the mat. Bending into the knees, coming through your goddess. Taking the arms up overhead and cactusing the arms. Finding your goddess pose, your inner goddess. Open up, be her. Move a little from side to side, getting into those hips, getting into those legs. Open the arms and then give yourself a big hug. Left arm over right still. Exhale, round forward through the spine. And inhale, open. Release the arms, open through the chest. Coming up to stand on an inhale. Turn that front foot to the front of the mat. Lift up onto the back toes. High lunge. Then plant the hands and step back to plank. Come through your chaturanga, into your cobra, and back to your down dog. Left leg lifts on an inhale, bend at the knee, open through the hip. Then square off the hips, bringing the knee in between the hands and then stepping the foot forward. Grounding down into that right hand, open up to the left side. Grounding down into both feet as you lift up, facing the left side. Coming through center, bending at the elbows. Right arm over left this time. Inhale, elbows point up, exhale, round through the back. Inhale, elbows lift, exhale, round. Inhale, lift up, release the arms, cactus arms. Dropping that back heel, opening to the right side for goddess pose. Finding that inner goddess, finding that fire. Bending through the knees, elbows cactused. Moving a little side to side. Really get into those hips. Right arm comes back over left as you hug yourself. Inhale, look up, and exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, lift, look up. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Open the arms, open them up to the side for cactus arms. And then come up through center. Turn that front foot to the back of the front of the mat. Back toes, back heel lifts into your high lunge. Sweeping the hands down to the mat, step back through plank. Come through your chaturanga, into your cobra. Meeting in downward dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands and step forward. Find your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, find that forward fold. Half lift on an inhale. Plant your hands and step back through plank. Come through your chaturanga, into your cobra. Back to your down dog. Right leg lifts. Bend the knee, open the hip. Now from here, we're going to begin to lower that right foot to the mat, lengthen through the left, open through the chest. Now as you exhale, lower that left hip to the mat, right foot on the mat, Inhale, lifting up the hips. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. This time, inhale, lift up. And then bringing that right hand back to the mat, coming back through down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Bending at the knee, open the knee to the side of the mat. Then left foot steps behind, straightening through that right leg, open through the chest. Exhale, dropping that right hip, left foot to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And then bringing that left hand back to the mat, lifting the left leg, come back to your down dog. Right leg lifts on an inhale, bringing the right knee behind the right wrist and sinking down into your pigeon pose. So that right foot is coming anywhere between that left hip and the left wrist, wherever feels good for you. Coming up onto the fingers of the hands, opening up through the chest. Exhale, lower forward. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, open through the chest. And this time, exhale, lower, taking one hand on top of the other and resting the forehead down. And beginning to lift up on your inhale, grounding down into the hands. And from here, we're going to sink into that right hip and sweep the left leg around, bringing the left foot to the outside of the right knee. That right foot is tucking in towards the left hip, lengthening up through the spine, and taking the right arm either and wrapping it around that left leg or taking it to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind you for a twist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist in. Coming back through center on your inhale. Unwrapping that left leg, sending it back behind you, tucking the toes, lifting up and stepping back to your down dog. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, stepping the knee behind that left wrist, dropping down for your pigeon pose. Coming up onto the fingertips of the hands. Inhale, look up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, planting one hand and then the other and resting the forehead down. And then bringing one hand to the mat and then the other lifting up. Dropping into that left hip so that you can sweep the right leg around, bringing it to the outside of the left knee. Left foot tucking into that hip, and again, either wrapping that left arm around you or bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right knee and coming through your twist. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, twist. And an inhale, coming back through center, uncrossing those legs and coming into a butterfly position. Soles of the feet together, knees out wide, and then just allowing those hands again to track over the legs, connecting to the body. Allowing the hips to move a little here, maybe opening and closing through the chest as you do. And then allowing the hands to explore a little more over the belly, over the chest, over the neck, massaging the neck a little bit, showing it a little love. Before bringing the hands down beside you and lowering back onto your mat, keeping that butterfly pose here. And then just bringing one hand and placing it on your belly and the other and placing it there too. And just creating like a little heart shape with your hands on your belly. And breathing into here and just allowing yourself a moment to let go. This is going to be our Shavasana today, so if you prefer for traditional Shavasana, you might take your legs long, but just otherwise staying here in your butterfly, showing a little bit of love and holding here. And from here, beginning to take some movements in the fingers and the toes. Stretching the arms out long and overhead and stretching the legs out long for a moment for a full body stretch before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Pausing here for a moment to just find some space for gratitude for something that's happened today. And then when you're ready, coming up to sit. Taking the hands to the legs, just allowing them one more moment of just moving up and down the legs. Before bringing the palms together in front of the heart. Thank you for joining me today on this journey to meet your sensuality. I hope you were able to let go and release a little bit and let go of the judgment and just really tune into the body. I hope you are enjoying this journey inwards and that you are getting to know yourself at a deeper level. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. As we continue our journey on tomorrow for day 19, we are going to be meeting the masculine. I'm excited to bring you a more structured class where we meet the masculine side of ourselves. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and you know what to do. If you liked this class, then hit the like button. If you want to see more classes like this, then hit the subscribe button. And if you want to follow along on the rest of the journey and know when videos drop, hit the notification bell. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.